Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And guys, look, we've gotten so many great Christmas titles in the past month or so. We got Christmas Vacation on 4K, we got Elf, we got Polar Express, we got A Christmas Story. Like, some of my favorites of all time have hit the 4K format in the past month. But we haven't got everything. We have not got everything. There's still some great Christmas movies that have not hit the 4K format. Some movies that I love, and I want to talk about those movies here today. I want to talk about those movies and just maybe the chances of whether or not they're actually going to hit 4K at some point. I'm sure I'm going to be bitching a lot in this video about certain studios as well. We all know the studio that I'm going to be complaining about the most. We all know which one it is. But yeah, I want to talk about some movies, some Christmas movies that need to come to 4K still. Some great ones, some ones that we love. But look, before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I cover physical media on this channel every single day. I do new 4K and Blu-ray reviews. I do unboxing videos, collection hauls, videos like this, breaking news announcement videos. So if any of these actually do come to 4K, I will definitely be covering the news on the Physical Media Report every single Monday. So I just do that kind of stuff, talk about movies, talk about owning the movies that we love, all that stuff there behind me. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button and then hit the like button and then comment down below, guys. Look, I've got I think eight movies that I'm going to talk about here today that I want to come to 4K, 8 Christmas movies. But if you have some other recommendations, leave those in the comment section below. There's still quite a few classic Christmas movies that I have not got a chance to check out. There's also some recent Christmas movies, at least within the last 20 years, that I did not put on this list that I probably could. So there's still plenty of Christmas titles beyond these 8 that we're going to discuss. So if there's some of your favorites, or if you got some favorites that you want to leave in the comment section below to shed some light on, to put some spotlight on, definitely leave those down below. And then turn on the bell notifications. So this is just going to be a casual video, just to me talking about some of my favorite Christmas movies and how I want them to come to 4K, because they need to. They need that respect. All right, so let's start off with my first title. And this is the one that I'm probably going to be the most heated about, because we got the first one back in 2020. And why have we not got the second one yet? It was just the 30th anniversary for it. Home Alone 2 needs to come to 4K like last month. It should have been out on 4K. Like, this movie it should have already been out. It's the 30th anniversary of this movie. I don't know how you guys feel about Home Alone 2, but I absolutely adore this movie. There are certain times when I'm watching this movie, I'm like, I think I like this one better than the first one. Certainly, I think when I was a kid, I liked this one better. I like the change up in the location, him being in New York. I love the characters, the side characters in this movie. Tim Curry, Rob Schneider are in this movie. He just got so many more, like, different like foils to get through, adversaries to get through in this movie. Not only does he have the burglars, he has all the hotel clerks as well. And I just think it's a fun movie. It's just a really fun movie. You had that whole sequence in the hotel room where he plays the Angels with Dirty Faces video and the shooting and stuff, and you got Tim Curry and all of them in the hallway saying, "We love you." I love the Duncan toy chest place. There's just the pigeon lady. I don't love the pigeon lady as much. I like the guy from the first one better, the salt shoveler, but she's still fun in this movie, and she brings a lot of heart and a lot of emotion into it as well. But yeah, that's how I feel about Home Alone 2. I love Home Alone 2. Why do we not have this movie on 4K? Is it simply because, and look guys, I'm going to say it, I'm going to address the elephant in the room right here. Is it simply because it's got Donald Trump in it and he walks in for like 30 seconds? Is that the reason? Because I swear to God, I've heard that from somebody before. And that's so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. And yeah, why have we not got this one in 4K yet? Is it just because it's viewed as like the black sheep of the two films and nobody cares about Home Alone 2? Do they think we not care about Home Alone 2? I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if we got Home Alone 3 on 4K before we got Home Alone 2 on 4K, because that movie has got Scarlett Johansson, and Disney loves Scarlett Johansson. Or do they? Did she sue them or something? Maybe they don't love her as much anymore. But look, Home Alone 2 is a classic. I would argue that, yes, the first one is better. It is a better movie. This is a lot of a rehash of the first one, but it's not that much better. I think that both of these movies are kind of on equal footing, at least as far as I'm concerned. And I want to see Home Alone 2 on 4K. Why did you all not do this one on 4K, Disney? And I know y'all don't care about physical media anymore, but look, in your last dying breath, your last 4K that you want to put out, put out Home Alone 2. Well, actually, we got a couple more to talk about, so maybe not that. Maybe this one and then the couple more I talk about, and then you guys can be done. But also what I think is interesting, and we're going to talk about a lot of random things here. What if Criterion took Home Alone? What if, again, they just put out WALL-E on 4K. What if Criterion did Home Alone on 4K? And what if they did Home Alone 2 on 4K? That would be awesome. So Criterion, look, take the Home Alone movies, put them out on 4K. Don't touch the sequels, just the first two. All right, let's get into my next one. But yeah, we need Home Alone 2 on 4K. Let's get into my next one. This is another 20th Century Fox film, so of course owned by Disney. But Miracle on 34th Street, the classic film. You could do the remake as well, remaster that one in 4K. But I watched this movie for the first time last Christmas. I was sick as hell when I watched it, but I really enjoy it, and it really lifted my spirits. I'd never seen this movie before. And it's certainly a classic, an all-time classic Christmas movie. Miracle on 34th Street, definitely. I don't have as many memories as I have with Home Alone 2 of this one, but this is a classic. It's up there with It's a Wonderful Life, at least in my opinion. So you got to do this one in 4K eventually. It came out in 1947, so it actually had its, what would that be, 75th anniversary this year. So if they were going to do it, I guess they should have done it this year. But again, it's Disney, and they don't give a flying F about physical media, but Criterion or Kino Lorber could take Miracle on 34th Street, put it out on 4K. That would work. But yeah, Fox title needs to come out. Disney, suck it. Put out Miracle on 34th Street right away on 4K. It needs it. All right, let's move into some stuff that could actually happen now. We got Scrooged. We need Scrooged on 4K. Like immediately. I love this movie so much. Now Paramount put this out, and Paramount loves showing respect to their catalog titles and releasing stuff in 4K. So I really feel like this one, out of all the ones that we're going to talk about here today, I feel like Scrooged is the most likely one to come to 4K next year, because this did come out in 1988 and it will be its 35th anniversary in 2023. So I feel like of everything that we're going to talk about here today, Scrooge is probably the most likely to come to 4K in 2023. But yeah, this is a no-brainer. It's a Richard Donner movie. It's got Bill Murray in it. It's like, why wouldn't you put this one out in 4K? And this is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's probably in my top 5. I absolutely love this film. I've said before, I watch Christmas Vacation every Christmas Eve with my wife. When she goes to bed, I watch Scrooged. I watch Scrooged every single Christmas Eve, like leading into midnight. I'm a bit of a late guy, stay up late. What do you say that? Early riser? What do you say for people that stay up late and then they rise late? I don't really rise late either, though. I kind of wake up early too. But I stay up late, I guess. A night owl. That's what it is, a night owl. I'm a bit of a night owl, so I stay up late. And I always watch Scrooge she goes to bed about 11, and then I watch this one till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And it always gets it never fails. Like as soon as it gets to the end and Bill Murray gives that speech, like I always tear up. I always get those Christmas feels, and I just need it. I need it on Christmas Eve every single year. It's such a great speech he gives at the end. Such a great moment. Such a great feel-good moment. His performance is fantastic. But I need this movie in 4K. It would look great. Scrooged on 4K. Richard Donner film. We need it. 2023. All right, so I don't have a physical media release of this next film. Now, I watched this one growing up. White Christmas is what we're going to talk about, by the way. That came out in 1954. So growing up, and now more than likely with this one, White Christmas, probably won't get it next year, but it'll probably come out the year after. They'll probably want to time that with its 70th anniversary. But growing up, my parents loved White Christmas. I think my sister loved White Christmas. My dad loved White Christmas. Like everybody in my household always watched White Christmas. Sorry, I can't talk. White Christmas. But I was never a fan. Like whenever they turned on White Christmas, everybody started singing. I was like, I'm out of here. I went to go play video games or play with my toys or something. I was never a big fan of this movie. So it always had like kind of a stigma with me growing up. Like I never wanted to watch this movie because I always remember just, being annoyed by it when I was a kid. So growing up through my teens, my 20s, my early 30s, I never wanted to revisit this movie. I just never wanted to touch it. And I gave it a chance a couple of years ago. It was on Netflix and I watched it. and I fell in love with it. I felt like my old man sitting down watching White Christmas. Like, this is absolutely going to be a Christmas staple for me going forward. I love the musical numbers. I love the performances. Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, like everybody in this movie. I love the relationships, the couple dynamic. It's just such a fun, fast movie. But the main reason I want it on 4K is this movie is visually stunning. Like, it looks fantastic. Some of these like big set pieces, like the set design in this movie is fantastic. There's tons of great scenery in this film. There's just tons of like big dance numbers or these big elaborate sets that would look fantastic in 4K. So White Christmas absolutely needs to come to 4K. If it's not next year, it needs to come out in 2024. And Paramount owns this one as well. So I think that this one is definitely likely to come out at some point for sure. But yeah, I love White Christmas now. It's one of my favorites. All right, let's get into the next one. And I know you guys are going to be excited about this one, but you're not going to be excited when you find out who owns the rights to this movie. And it's Jingle All The Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We need this in 4K for sure. Put the cookie down. We need that in 4K. How is my Arnold there? How is my Arnold there? People say I don't know how to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, or I can't do one adequately enough. Put the cookie down. Was that good? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, classic film, classic Christmas movie. Look, I'm going to make a confession. Here's my confession. I don't love this movie like a lot of people do. A lot of people would put this in their top 3, top 5, their favorite Christmas movie. Not me. I don't think it's a great movie. It probably wouldn't even crack my top 10, but I do think it's really fun. I love Arnold in this movie. I love little Anakin Skywalker in this movie. Sinbad in this movie. How do you not put Sinbad on the cover? Like, you gotta put Sinbad on the cover. In the quest for Turbo Man. So yeah, you gotta put Jingle All The Way. Like, this is a fan favorite. Everybody loved this movie. But again, look who put that up. 20th Century Fox. Can you all see that? Fox. They don't exist anymore because the freaking mouse ear people took them over. But yeah, we absolutely... Am I like blurry? What's going on here? Yeah, Disney, find a way to put out Jingle All The Way on 4K. The fans of this movie will thank you for sure. Everybody loves Jingle All The Way. It came out in 1996, so next year would be its 27th anniversary. That's good enough to put out on 4K. Do it next year, Disney. Do it, but do Home Alone 2 first. All right, I don't have physical media representation. I couldn't find my DVD of this next one we're going to talk about. This one's a complete shot in the dark. Probably not going to happen, but Ernest Saves Christmas. I just want that movie on Blu-ray because I just have a DVD copy of it. Ernest Saves Christmas. Actually, I want a Shout Factory box set like they did with Friday the 13th. But we need Ernest Saves Christmas on 4K. I'll take that movie on 4K. I love Ernest Saves Christmas. Came out in 1988. So next year will be its 35th anniversary as well. So the perfect time to give us Ernest movie, our first Ernest movie in 4K. I want Scared Stupid as well, and Goes to Jail. Give us both of those. I love Ernest. Do you guys know how much I love Ernest? I love Ernest with my entire heart and soul. But anyway, this is Disney. This is Disney again, and I think that Disney would probably give us Jingle All The Way. I think that they maybe would give us Home Alone 2. They're not going to give us Ernest on 4K. They're just not going to do it. I don't think that this movie has a chance in hell in coming out in 4K, but I would definitely love to see it. It needs a 4K. So Ernest Saves Christmas for sure needs a 4K. So let's talk about the last one on my list, and that is Prancer. Prancer needs a 4K. Movie starring Sam Elliott. Great movie that I remember watching all the time when I was a kid. I have not seen this movie, though, admittedly, in probably 20 years, but I would definitely be down to get this one and rewatch it for the first time in 20 years in 4K for sure. This movie came out in 1989. Now it does have, and I did not know this till I digged into it, but this is an MGM movie. And it has a Shout Factory Blu-ray. I didn't know that it had a Shout Factory Blu-ray until I started to look into it. So that would be pretty easy for a Shout Factory to just do a 4K. Like next December, do a 4K of Prancer, and yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. My Christmas movie list, movies that need to be in 4K. Hopefully all of these we get in 2023. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video. Comment down below some movies that I did not name today that need 4K, some Christmas movies. Let me know in that comment section below. Turn on the bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.